Thank you for being here. I'm really excited to tell you something about location-aware mobile software. I'm also excited to have and happy to have Ilkka here, who won the pitch competition. That's why we have so many of you here, probably. So we have been working on context-aware mobile software platform during last year and still continuing. We can see three main steps in mobile development. First of all, we all got the phone. We wanted to have the mobile phone to phone and send text messages, thanks to Nokia. Then we got iPhone in 2007. That was the first real smartphone, a phone of internet applications. And now we are entering and already living in the third phase of this development, and we are now carrying actually personal assistants, like Ilkka is also going to demonstrate in his speech. And this personal assistant is not only connected to internet, but it's also connected to other devices and connected to space and locations. And it can do things based on locations and devices it's communicating with. So we are talking about the Internet of Things. And in brief, it means that we are having things which are holding sensors of temperature, location, whatever, air pressure, and so on. And they also have connectivity. And this connectivity can enable them, or enables them, to connect with other devices and operators, manufacturers, and so on. They can phone back home, so if you say it so. Now, currently, we still don't have so many wearables or hearables. We are having multiple items, separated items, which do these things. So we can add extra services, digitalize objects by tagging them with some little devices. One of these devices is developed in Oulu. It was presented in Slush last year. They were there. This little device is called Thingsy, and it's a really great solution. It's an open source platform having multiple different sensors. It's waterproof and so on. It does many things, and it has 2G capabilities, so it can phone wherever. It can phone home and tell what's going on. It has a GPS, and it works as a BLE transmitter, so it can work as a beacon, and we can use it in any space to locate customers or whoever. But I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about these smaller devices, Estimate iBeacons. We have multiple different manufacturers who build this kind of BLE Bluetooth low energy beacons in the market, and Estimate is probably one of the most popular currently. At least they get a lot of press being interested in them. This is basically transmitting a signal saying that, hello, I'm here. It doesn't do anything else. It has a profile. We can log into the profile and ask, what is the room temperature? It can tell us that, and it can tell us if it's in movement or not. But basically this has no other intelligence. But it's already huge. When we have these around a room, for example here, at least 4 of them, we can calculate based on this signal your position. And when we know your position, we can advertise certain products you are next to, or we can direct you to certain places. Ilkka is going to say something about that. We can help you in multiple different ways. And as it has a motion sensor, we can attach these things to other things and know when these other things are in movement. And we can transform environment based on that. So these mobile apps which are using beacons can actually be aware about their environment, and they can be aware of your position in the space. They get intelligent. Whoa. So what can we do with this all? Ilkka is going to tell you something about this. So we have, for example, in Moscow, we have a mall, huge mall, which has an application using iBeacons, this beacon technology, and you can navigate. You can select a shop, and it tells you where to go. It doesn't speak to you, though. Ilkka's software does. When you arrive at the bus stop, you can get immediately information about your next bus, when it's going to arrive, and when you arrive at home. This is possible already now. We have public data around bus timetables. We are currently working with Moomins. We are building a software, mobile application for Moomin World. It's going to be launched, published in the beginning of June. We are basically tagging all kinds of things around in the Moomin World theme park in Naantali with these beacons to enable and enrich customers' experience in that theme park. It's focused on adults, of course, as they are most likely to use mobile phones in that theme park, as children are just running after Moomin Pappa or so. So we can tell you much more about background information of the Moomin house when you enter it, and so on. We can activate you in a different way. At the airport, you can make your mobile phone show your passport, this boarding pass immediately when it's needed, and so on. We can have in the museums, we can have guided tours. We can even, when you enter the museum, we can ask you, do you want to buy an entrance to this museum? And you press OK, and that's it. You just show your ticket and you move on. In Germany, we have a company which built a system to order beer. And there's a beacon in every desk, every table, and you are able to order beer and pay it, and the waiter is getting the order, brings it to you, and it's all done. These kind of things. We can also know how many people are in the same room, lining up for certain services, and we can calculate how long do you need to stay in the line and who is going to serve you, and we can entertain you maybe during that time. So we have huge opportunities with this technology. And these beacons are basically broadcasting this signal, and they are having a profile where we may have some other services like movement and temperature and so on, air pressure and so on. And we have been developing a Liki platform, which is the brain of all this. So in Liki, we will have all the rules, content, context-based information, for example, for the Moomin World. And it's all managed through that cloud-based service. And the applications are going to check every now and then if there are any new rules, any new context-based action points, and so on. So the mobile software is always up to date, and when changes happen, you can just update it, and all the mobile apps are with you right away. So it's for content Personalization, you can build schedules, so at different times, different places can prompt different kind of context. For example, if you go by a store which is closed, you probably want to tell something else to the potential customer than when it's the client is entering the store while it's open, and so on. So this is all possible, and you can link these functionalities with these beacons. So basically how it works, we put these beacons all around your place. We take the GPS coordinates basically indoor. We calculate your position and we track you. And by tracking you, we can have huge amount of data. What kind of content you have seen, how did you react to that, and where have you been, basically, at what time you were there, and so on. And here, an example, we built a pilot software for Matkamessut, Finnish travel fair 2015. We can track you with these beacons quite nicely. So this is a random guy who downloaded the software on Saturday at 10 o'clock, arrived at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the southern entrance. Went down the stairs, got Visit Sweden notification, Lufthansa. Right after it, we have the stamps here. Then he spent some time at Sibelius stage. We know what program he was watching. We know already about his interests and so on. Then he wandered around. We had only 24 beacons around there, so we have the spots and timestamps, but we don't see, in this pilot, we don't see more exact data, but more you have, the more we know. And he had 20 minutes in the Blockers Lounge up there. And finally, the journey ends. And when we have this kind of big data, we can see your customer flow. We can heat map your room, your store, your whatever it is. So basically, based on this data, we can recognize you as an individual. We know what kind of program you were watching, where you were, what kind of messages you got, and how did you react to that. So we can personalize you. And to go further, we can now track your browsing on online stores. So if you are thinking about, okay, now it's spring, I would like to have a new mountain bike, and you go to a Magento online shop. This Magento online shop can push this information to our Liki service. And when you next time go to, for example, Espoo Sello shopping mall, we can push you a discount coupon to that exact mountain bike you were watching online. And then we can see, we can track, did you use the coupon or not? And if yes, we can personalize messaging to you. Thank you, and other people were also interested about that. Or if you didn't use the coupon, we can just do retargeting. And this is marketing automation integration, basically. Whoa. So basically, you, as a marketer, you start to track with this platform and with these beacons. You can track your customers. You can start to understand them better, and you can own this data to personalize your marketing. So we do also more. Liki can also control the environment. So when we know that you were interested about that mountain bike, when you arrive to the store and you go buy some screens, we know it. We can put that mountain bike to the screen. We can even control lightning. Whoa, this is really bad. Here we have a Wi-Fi connected light bulb from Philips. Verkkokauppa .com, 200 euros, 3 of these. We can control lighting, we can control screens when you go by, and it's all personalized. It's for you, and we can also track the movement of products. So if you have small stickers, Estimote is building this kind of small stickers. We can just stick one of these stickers in a pair of shoes, for example. So when you move that, take that shoe on the table and you move those shoes, we know it, and we can also put those shoes or an advertising video to the screen at the same time. So we track you online, we put it in store, we analyze your in-store movements, heat map your store, and we also control your environment. This is the future, and this is just the beginning. I'm hoping you will be there with me and us. Thank you.